Coventry University's second video for the CU Erasmus Diary. I'm Sarah and I'm going to be talking about the differences between Spain and the UK. So I've arrived in Pontevedra, which is in Galicia, if you don't remember from my previous videos. And like I said and had been promised, I did need the umbrella, the raincoat and some sensible shoes. It's been pouring all week since I've arrived and would love to see some sunshine and use those sunglasses that I packed. So that's a little bit about the weather, very English, so let's move on. I'm from Milton Keynes in the UK. If you didn't know where that is, that's between Birmingham and London, as in the middle-ish of Buckinghamshire. So there's a little bit of geographical knowledge. And Pontevedra, which is in Spain, in Galicia, right on the coast, as far as you can get. So definitely lots of rain and wind. So those are just the locations that we're going to talk about. So Milton Keynes is a very planned town. It has straight roads, everyone has a garden, it's got a very, very suburban feel to it. Pontevedra, big city. So you can imagine the similarities I'm already encountering. So in Pontevedra there's a little bit in the middle which is called the Old Town. So lots of oldie-worldy buildings, definitely very Spanish feel to things. Fancy arches, not one arch I've seen. Again, so every arch is different, I'm going to say for the time being. When I find one I'll let you know. And then slightly outer of there is a slightly more modern part to Spain, so things like the train station are very modern with fancy lifts. There's some new types of architecture that we're seeing, so if you go to the Pontevedra Museum you can see it's quite different. And there are water fountains that have got words in the local language of Galician, so that's very different to what you'd find in the Old Town. So there's just a quick similarity. Milton Keynes is quite modern, Spain in the Old Town is quite old, and even the modern parts are not as modern as you would expect in comparison. But besides that, it's an absolutely beautiful town, absolutely gorgeous. I've got some photos that you can all have a look at. It's just got a very different feel. You're walking around and it doesn't feel like England. You can tell that you're somewhere else. So there is an obvious religious presence in Pontevedra. There's a church in the middle of town which is absolutely gorgeous. You walk in and you just get this sense of awe, all the ornate gold and designs and flowers right at the front by the altar are absolutely wonderful to look at, and it just follows all the way round. It doesn't look like a church from the front, you'd have just imagined it was a clock tower, but it's a very different feel on the inside. Also outside the church, the hospital, there are little bits in the wall where there are figures of the local saints and things like that. But another big religious thing is Santiago, which is just further north of me, is a hotspot for pilgrims, and some of you might have heard of this already. And I live on the road where the pilgrim's path goes to Santiago from Portugal. So lots of pilgrims walking around with sticks and shells. The shell is a classic sign for the walk, as well as the for St James or St Santiago, depending on which language you're looking in. But across one of the bridges in the river, there's a river that runs right through the middle of town, there are the scallop shells on every arch. So that's a really nice thing to look at. You can really feel there's a different religious presence and that people really are into this pilgrim walk. They walk right past my house, which is really nice. I do a little bit of the pilgrim route every day, so that brings it home a little bit more. And then, because I've only been here a week, I've only had a few days to rummage around and really get a feel of the town, but I'm already getting to grips to it. Lots of ye olde footpaths that go from one place and you go, oh, I've been here today already, and you've kind of just done a big loop. But I've also been able to experience a little bit of the food. Excuse me. So I've been to the local fish market, absolutely amazing, things still running around and crawling on the table, which is a little bit strange. Been to the local supermarket, lots of exciting different new things in there, such as churros in a squirty tin pump, you know, like the cream, so I can have churros at home but out of a tin, which is quite exciting, and things like that. But I've also been lucky enough to eat out a couple of times this week, and I will say the local cheese is absolutely amazing. I'd never thought about putting it on a salad or anything like that, but that was absolutely delicious. So we've done a few comparisons and things like that. It's a gorgeous town, I would recommend visiting it. Not many people speak English though, so if you don't know Spanish that well, like myself, I'm really having to be thrown in at the deep end. and it's also a tourist destination, I found out, for a lot of Spanish people. So I'm not the only one walking around with a map going, where am I? Can someone help me? So now I've arrived, I've got some bits and bobs I need to take care of, such as my NIE number, a bank account, I need to sort out a mobile phone contract or a pay-as-you-go one, as well as the internet, because I don't have any internet here, so I don't want to be ringing up a huge bill. To do that, I've had to bring my trusty paper wallet thing with me, which has got passports, documents, my e-hit card, which you need really when you're out here, my insurance details, home address, Coventry University address, things like that that I'm definitely going to need for all of these. It's a little bit complicated at the moment, it's all a little bit of a mess, but hopefully once I've got the NIE number, everything will be smoother and I'll be able to really get to grips with things. So, thank you very much for watching my video. We'll be talking about things like documentation and the internet next week, so we can all really find out what's happened, give me a bit of time to sort that out. Please do subscribe to our channel if you're enjoying our videos and you're interested in what Erasmus students do. Again, please do check out our website. We've got people who put blogs up there nearly every other week, photos of us and some facts. And also please check out Coventry University's website, and if you want you can order a prospectus. Thank you.